Okay, let's dive in to one of the biggest, wildest cosmic mysteries of the last decade. This is a story about a signal from the edge of the universe that seems to just break the laws of physics. It pits everything we think we know about stars against some of the most mind-bending theories you can possibly imagine. So it all kicked off back in May of 2019. The LIGO and Virgo gravitational wave observatories picked up this whisper from deep, deep space. And get this, the signal had been traveling for 7 billion years. The universe was barely half its current age when this thing started its journey to us. The event was officially named GW 190521. But right from the get-go, this signal was weird. See, most of the time when two black holes merge, they make this very distinct chirp sound as they spiral in faster and faster. This was not that. It was the sudden, violent burst that lasted less than 1/10 of a second. It wasn't a dance. It was more like a cosmic crack of thunder. So what in the universe could possibly make a sound like that? Well, the official explanation was, in and of itself, completely record-breaking. The team at LIGO and Virgo figured that this signal had to have come from the collision of two absolutely enormous black holes. One of them was about 85 times the mass of our sun. We call that 85 solar masses. And the other was around 66. They spiraled into each other and merged, creating something brand new. And that new thing they created? A monster black hole clocking in at a jaw-dropping 142 solar masses. Now, this was huge news. It was the very first time we'd ever clearly seen an intermediate mass black hole right at the moment it was born. But there was a massive problem with this whole story. One of those parent black holes, the 85 solar mass one, just shouldn't exist. And that brings us to the heart of this cosmic crime scene, the existence of that 85 solar mass black hole. To really get why it's so shocking, you gotta understand a little bit about how the biggest stars die. You see, for stars in a particular weight class, their death isn't just an explosion. It's complete and total annihilation. It's a process called a Pair-Instability Supernova. The star's core gets so incredibly hot that it starts turning energy back into matter, which makes the pressure drop catastrophically. The whole thing goes up in a thermonuclear explosion so powerful it literally blows the star to pieces. Nothing is left behind. No black hole, no nothing. And this table right here, it just lays the problem out perfectly. Look at that middle row. Stars that start out between roughly 60 and 120 times the mass of our sun are the ones predicted to go boom in that Pair-Instability Supernova, leaving, you guessed it, zero black hole behind. This creates what astronomers call a forbidden gap in black hole sizes, from about 65 to 130 solar masses. And where is our culprit? Our 85 solar mass black hole is sitting smack dab in the middle of that gap. You can imagine the entire scientific community was just stunned. As astrophysicist Or Gottlieb put it, it was puzzling to see black holes with masses inside this gap. I mean, the discovery of GW 190521 basically meant that either our entire understanding of how stars die was fundamentally wrong, or something way, way stranger was going on. Okay, so let's start the investigation. First up, the inside job. These are the theories that try to explain this impossible object using physics we already know, just maybe in ways we hadn't thought of. So how could you get a black hole in that forbidden zone? Okay, so theory number one is that this 85 solar mass black hole wasn't born from a star, it was built. It's called the hierarchical merger model. The idea is actually pretty simple. You take two smaller black holes, let's say 40 solar masses each, that formed totally legally from smaller stars, you let them merge. And what do you get? An 80 solar mass black hole that is now sitting in the forbidden gap. It's kind of like finding a loophole in the laws of stellar evolution. That's a pretty solid explanation, but it does require a super crowded place in the universe where black holes can actually find each other and merge like that. But what if there's another way? A way for a single massive star to just defy its own destiny? Well, a newer theory points to something you might not expect: magnetic fields. It turns out, a star's magnetic field can act like a volume knob for how much mass it loses over its lifetime. New simulations show that stars with really weak magnetic fields don't blow off as much of their stuff through stellar winds. They hold on to their mass. And if they hold on to enough of it, their core can stay big enough to collapse directly into a black hole that lands right in that so-called forbidden gap. So, okay, we've got two pretty good theories for the impossible mass. But that only solves half the mystery, right? Remember that bizarre signal, that short, sharp crack? Some scientists took a look at that and came up with something, well, something far more radical. What if the event didn't even happen in our universe? Yeah, this is where we go completely off the deep end into some truly mind-bending stuff. A group of physicists basically asked, what if GW 190521 wasn't a direct hit? What if it was just a faint echo of a merger, an echo that traveled through a wormhole from another universe entirely? So the theory goes something like this. Imagine a black hole merger happens in some parallel universe. The gravitational waves ripple out, and they hit a wormhole, one of those theoretical tunnels through spacetime. Most of that signal's energy gets trapped inside the wormhole, just bouncing around. But a tiny little fraction, just a single brief pulse, leaks out the other side, into our universe. And that is what LIGO and Virgo might have picked up. Not the full event, but just its ghostly echo. So we are left with two completely different suspects for the exact same cosmic crime. In one corner, we have a black hole merger that bends our rules for how stars work, and in the other, a wormhole echo that completely rewrites our map of the cosmos. So, how do we choose? Let's just break it down. The black hole merger theory, that requires us to tweak our models of stars, maybe add in new physics like magnetic fields. It's a big revision, but it's a revision of physics we already know. The wormhole echo, on the other hand, needs brand new, totally exotic physics to work. Things like stable wormholes, other universes, the whole shebang. But look at the implication for both. Either way, our current models of how the universe works are incomplete. Now, when scientists ran the numbers to see which model was a better fit for the actual signal we detected, the results were fascinating. On their scoring system, the standard black hole merger model got a score of about 15.6, but wormhole echo, it got a 14.5. So yeah, the conventional explanation is a slightly better fit, but the exotic theory is shockingly close. You absolutely cannot rule it out. So no matter which theory turns out to be right, or if it's something else entirely, this 1/10 of a second signal has completely shaken up astrophysics. It's opened a brand new frontier in how we explore the most extreme objects in the universe. And here's the kicker. GW 190521 isn't alone anymore. In 2023, another one of these short burst-like signals was detected. This one, GW 231123, came from a merger that created an even bigger black hole, around 225 solar masses. We're starting to see a pattern of these weird, massive events. And with more data, we can start to figure out if we're just seeing a new class of black hole merger or the repeating echo of something far, far stranger. So whether it was an impossible black hole born from a magnetically shielded star or a whisper from another universe entirely, GW 190521 has been an incredible gift. It's a puzzle that has forced scientists to totally rethink how stars die, and at the very same time, it's given us the first ever plausible data we can use to test theories about wormholes and quantum gravity. This whole event just proves that by listening to the universe through gravitational waves, we're hearing things we never, ever could have imagined. And it leaves you with this incredible, tantalizing question. If a signal this strange can pop up in just the first few years of looking, what other impossible things are still out there, just waiting in the silence for us to finally hear them?